State and local governments spend nearly $2 trillion a year, and most small businesses never even consider going beyond federal government contracting. Now, this is money being spent: IT systems, construction projects, healthcare solutions, public safety, energy upgrades. And here's the kicker: small businesses like yours can compete and win. Now, if you've only been chasing federal government contracts or just wondering how to break into government contracting, chances are you're leaving fortunes on the table. Well, welcome back to our channel at Squared Compass. We're going to break down government contracting strategies that are going to help you compete, win, and grow. Today, I'm going to dive into one of those biggest opportunities for small businesses, entrepreneurs, and government contractors: the state, local, and education market, better known as SLED contracting. If you've been asking yourself questions on how do I get into SLED government contracting, what's the difference between federal contracts and state and local contracts, how can I as a business win RFP, RFQs, and bids with cities, counties, or school districts, which certifications are good to go after, then you're in the right place. So stick around, because this video, I'm going to break down what SLED is, how big the market is, what the fastest growing trends are, and how small businesses can register, compete, and win contracts at the state and local level. So let's start with the basics. SLED stands for State, Local, and Education Contracting. What does that mean? Well, the state, local, and education contracting, these agencies are purchasing much of the same stuff that the federal government is purchasing, even more so for small businesses. Now, the bottom line is this: if you sell a service or a product, chances are there's a SLED agency that needs it. And here's where it gets interesting. I want you to listen to this real quickly. The SLED market, it involves over 100,000 different buying entities. 100,000 chances represents nearly $2 trillion in annual spend. That's about 10% of the US economy, and it covers every major industry. Now, if that doesn't interest you, let's go a little bit further. So while federal contracts get all the attention, remember, SLED market is huge, diversified, and in many cases easier for small businesses like yours to access. But let's get a little bit tactical. How do you actually break in? Well, first and foremost, just like anything else, you have to pick your targets. Don't chase every RFP. Don't even chase every agency. Focus on 3 to 5 agencies where you solve a clear problem. Second, register to do business. If you're used to federal government contracting, you're used to only having to register on SAM.gov. That's not the same thing when you get down to the SLED level. Every city, every county, and state has its own vendor portal. You need to register early, because just because you register with the state of Texas doesn't mean you're registered to be able to do business with one of the counties. So understand that. You need to also understand the budgetary cycles. This is a big deal. Not every locality uses the same budget cycle as the federal government does. So know that budget cycle. Certifications, just like in federal government contracting, certifications are a huge deal. If you can get them, go after them. The business set-aside programs are some of the most important programs out there for small businesses like yours. Lastly, remember, start small, then scale up. Win a smaller maintenance or an IT services contract first, then grow into a multi-year contract, and then go after cooperative agreements. Those are big deals. The last one you want to think about also is think about vendor pools. Vendor pools are going to be very important for you, because this is a type of opportunity where the government is saying that rather than putting out an RFP to anybody who wants to apply, we're only going to go after 5 or 10 vendors that we're allowing to be able to bid on this. It's really important to go after. Now, let's get into what agencies are actually buying right now and what's really hot. No surprise here. Artificial intelligence and IT modernization is topping the list. We're finally upgrading these systems, and we're adopting automation. This is a good thing. Disaster preparedness and resilience. Think at the state and local level. This is a big deal for them. This is everything from climate adaptation to emergency response. Community support and outreach. Healthcare, housing, social services. Big deal. Energy efficiency and sustainability. Remember, all of those data centers that we have to build for AI are going to require enormous amounts of power. This is a big deal. Public safety and fire protection. That goes without any more need to say anything else. Water utilities and infrastructure. Obviously, we need clean water, and we need abilities to be able to get wastewater out. Then lastly, fleet management and longevity. Smarter procurement and maintenance of vehicles in transit. So if your business operates in any of these areas, you're sitting right in the middle of all the action. So remember, this is a reality. This is why you as a small business should go after SLED contracts. Massive market size. $2 trillion is too big to ignore. So many diverse entry points. Remember, over 100,000 buyers. Stability. These governments are going to spend consistently, even in recessions. Set-aside programs, hugely valuable. Go after them, leverage them. And remember, these trends are matching a lot of what your small business has strengths in. Innovation, flexibility, and specialization is going to give you an edge over some of these big players. So here's your plan. Write it down. Pick a handful of agencies, remember 3 to 5, get registered in their systems, learn their fiscal cycles, build relationships early, and position your business around today's fastest growing trends. That's how small businesses like yours turn SLED into a long-term, predictable revenue stream. If you found this helpful, please hit that button, subscribe for more government contracting strategies, and share it with a friend. If you got any questions, drop a comment with the biggest challenge you're facing in government contracting, and we're going to try to answer it for you. Remember, there are opportunities out there for you. You just need to know where to look, and you need to know how to play the game. Stay tuned for the next video.